Okay, so made some headway this weekend. I didn't spend a ton in here, spent some time with the family, but we did get some progress. If you saw my short video, truck fired up, got it running. It seems to be idling amazingly well. I was thinking this carburetor is going to be junk. It probably still will be, but it's idling anyway. So I'll show you what my holdup is and what my plan is. I'll spin the camera around. Okay, so alternator was unhooked, so I just gotta find a nut to. This is a fine thread, this one here, so tomorrow at work I'll probably grab one of those, hook that up. While it was running, so I'd fire it up, but I really don't want to right now, it's noisy, it's open manifold, so. But biggest reason I don't want to run it too much is there's oil pressure sending unit back here. That's this one right here. Is I gotta change it out because, so this is, I think I told you guys in the video before this is a 460 and transmission from a Lincoln Continental or whatever. So there's a few differences. So on those cars, they have basically what we call an idiot light for your oil pressure. There's no gauge, it's just a light. These trucks, they actually have a gauge, so they have a different sending unit. So this is what the truck should have, so I need to change it out basically. I need to change that one out because that's not going to work. I hooked it up and didn't seem to do anything. Actually, I might test that here before we go in tonight. I stopped by my buddy's place, found a throttle linkage, got the throttle linkage hooked up. This brown wire is your sending unit, supposed to be your sending unit wire, so I'm going to test that. I got the rad in. I found a lower radiator hose that's going to work. It goes under the belt and then through from the water pump. I'm going to go to the auto parts store tomorrow, see if I can find, I have an upper rad hose that probably would work. This is another difference. So this would work here, but this is too big. These water necks are smaller on the Lincoln. So I'm going to see if I can find one that basically necks down or I can stretch over. This one's kind of cool. It's got two different sizes here. So this is still slightly bigger. I think this is 1.5 inch. This is 1.75 inches. So might be able to find one to stretch over. We'll see. See what I can come up with tomorrow. So that's kind of hole up there. We've got tranny cooler lines that go into the bottom. I gotta find fittings that those are gonna work. Make those work. I have a fan. I just have to put it on still. Belt's super loose, so I gotta adjust that. But oh yeah, and then the big accomplishment today was, let's see if I can show you. I'll grab my light. So another difference is with these car tranny versus a truck transmission. Sure you can see, there we are. Basically this, here I'll put my light here. This shifter arm went this way before. It came out and went up, and it was running into the floor. So that wasn't gonna work. So I managed to get hook the linkage up to it by basically cutting it off and putting it down. And then I got tons of adjustability in this. So that seems to be working. I think it'll work. Basically, I think I might, it doesn't have a lot of leverage because really the pivot point's here and it's only to here. So it's like, I don't know, 1.5 inches long. So I might end up extending this down. That'll give it some more. It's really like when you're shifting with the column, it's really close together. I don't know if it's hard to explain, but easy to get, like, skip a gear, you're trying to go from park to drive, and you're kind of, it's hard to find where you're trying to get to. It's kind of like jumpy, so it works, but I'll try this and I might end up just lengthening it down to here. That would probably slow that down a bit. But yeah, that's so. And I ran it through the gears. I jacked it up and ran it, and the brakes worked. The shifter worked on reverse and drive and all that. So I didn't want to run it a ton. I know it sounds like I ran it a lot. I really did it really quickly because I have no water in this engine. So just trying to, didn't want to run to town today, so trying to do everything I could in the time that I had while the kid was napping. But we have a running, driving, stopping truck, as much as it doesn't look like it. But, and then I'll find a nut for this tomorrow, so that's on there properly, and then we'll have a charging truck, and then I don't have big enough I think it's a 1 in that sending unit down there. They're really big. I don't have anything. I have wrenches that big, but I don't have any sockets. It's a 1 in 1/16 or something like that socket you need, 6-point, and I don't have that, so, and it's too tight to get back there with a wrench. So I'll grab one from work tomorrow, change that out. Hopefully then we have reading on the gauge. But yeah, so definitely making some headway. Won't bore you too much. I kind of rambled on in the last video, but that is the update. Okay guys, I'm going to show you how easy this thing starts. No pumps of the gas pedal or nothing. I'll just run it real quick just to see if that gauge moves. I just tested it. The gauge does work. That's the right there. But I have in theory the wrong sending unit in it. I might have to change it. I guess we'll see. Won't run it for very long, so. Yeah, so it's not moving. So, I mean, in theory, you should hear a lifter tick if it doesn't have oil pressure. It's hard to tell with open manifolds. But you see how easy that thing starts? Isn't that crazy? That thing runs so good. So the only other thing I guess I could do is pull a oil passage out, or flashlight. Oh, flashlight. See in there, but just a second. Let me get the light. Where did I put my light? All right, light. Let's see. It's definitely, you can tell it's definitely oily in there. So, I mean, this truck's been sitting a while. So I'd want to say if it's that oily up top, the valve train's getting fluid, so that's good. I guess I should have saw if it was charging when I fired it up. I don't like running it too much because these lines are down here are leaking, making a mess. But this is not a good connection, but it is on there. So in theory, it should be. It's touching. Yeah, I'll start one more time and see if we're charging or not. I love how easy it starts. I thought for sure we have a vacuum line off. All right, let's see over here. Now she won't start. Okay, so I just pumped it a few times and fired up again. Anyways, yeah, that gauge just moved to the charge side, so I got a battery tender on it right now, so it probably doesn't need to charge much, but it is charging, so that's good. So yeah, I'm gonna quit running it until I know for sure we got oil pressure and we got water in this thing. She's still stone cold. Yeah, I think there's no way this carb's gonna be good. I don't have faith in it, but anyways. Okay, done rambling.